This portion of the class is going to be our 5-element sync, which is where I like to share insights and practices of the particular element we find ourselves connected with. And in this case, it's spring, and it's the wood element, it's the liver and the gallbladder. And what really got me interested in the 5 elements, or really made me dive in, I was very interested at first, but what made me really focus on them was learning about the paramitas, which are from Tibetan Buddhism. And I discovered that each of the 6 paramitas in Tibetan Buddhism correspond to one or more of the 5 elements. There's just one, the fire element, or there's one transcendent paramita that corresponds to all 5, but then there's a specific paramita for each of the 5 elements. So today I wanted to share the paramita for the wood element. Okay, this is a great one. So I'm just going to read it. This is the essence of the Ksanti paramita, I think is how you say it. So this paramita is the enlightened quality of patience, tolerance, forbearance, and acceptance. The essence of this paramita of patience is the strength of mind and heart that enables us to face the challenges and difficulties of life without losing our composure and inner tranquility. So I'm sure nobody has any problems with that, right? The strength of mind and heart that enables us to face the challenges and difficulties of life without losing our composure and inner tranquility. I know I don't struggle with that at all, ever. But I like how it mentions strength. So having that strength of mind and heart. And that really is the piece for the wood element that makes me think of how important it is to also honor the water element, which precedes springtime. It's the winter time. And that piece really helps develop our strength. So all through the wood season, we're going to be practicing our abdominal breathing and also doing exercises just for our physical body to continue to strengthen, in particular, our legs and our feet, but really our whole body. But to get that strength and vitality, that abdominal breathing is really key. So reading on here. So we embrace and forbear adversity, insult, distress, and the wrongs of others with patience and tolerance, free of resentment, irritation, emotional reactivity, or retaliation. So again, it's a big expectation right there, but we can do it. All right, we got to, not be irritated and have that strength. So we cultivate the ability to be loving and compassionate in the face of criticism, misunderstanding, or aggression. With this enlightened quality of patience, we are neither elated by praise, prosperity, or agreeable circumstances, nor are we angry, unhappy, or depressed when faced with insult, challenge, hardship, or poverty. So I like that piece about not being elated by praise, prosperity, or agreeable circumstances, but I also realized in the next season, in the fire element season, in the summertime, there is an important component of celebration, and how we can celebrate in a really wonderful way, and how important it is to celebrate. So we don't want to be attached to those things that we celebrate, or those things mentioned here, being elated by praise or prosperity or agreeable circumstances, but we definitely want to celebrate sometimes. That's an important part of life. So this enlightened attribute of patience, acceptance, and tolerance is not a forced suppression or denial of our thoughts and feelings. Rather, it is a quality of being which comes from having our heart open and our mind deeply concentrated upon truth. In this way, we have a clear and correct understanding of impermanence and of cause and effect. And you'll see here, there's parts of this that are redacted, but you can get the whole version if you sign up for my free Qigong seasonal course on my homepage. So I'll tell you more about that later. So we always make an effort to see the goodness and beauty in others. In practicing this perfection of patience and forbearance, we never give up on or abandon others. We help them across the sea of suffering. So this part, to me, is really the most important. We always make an effort to see the goodness and beauty in others. And that can go so far in relieving irritability or resentment or anger. And it's a wonderful practice, both for others, but also for yourself, to really wish others well, and just to notice people that you have anger towards, or resentment or frustration, and then really picture them achieving their best, being their best, finding joy, finding happiness, being healthy, being happy. So when we can feel that ourselves, we can imagine that for others more, but it also works the other way. If we can help imagine others and wish them well-being, then that's going to help us create that energy within ourselves too. And so that's a wood element virtue. So with the strength of patience, we maintain our effort and enthusiasm in our practice. And I'm glad that it mentions the effort and enthusiasm, because that's a metal element piece. And I've been mentioning how important the metal element is too for our wood element energy. It helps us prune the branches when we maintain our effort and enthusiasm. So that is the Ksanti Paramita. I think that's how you say it. So that again is part of my online Qigong seasonal course, and it's an excerpt from my book, 5-Element Mastery. So there are samples of that in the course, and you can get it free for 30 days from my homepage. It's Adam Holtey, that's HOLTEY.com. And I hope you've enjoyed the class today, and I will see you again next time.